Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another video. Today for you guys, I wanted to talk about the absolutely insane games leak that happened at the beginning of this week to do with Nvidia Geforce Now, Nvidia's game streaming service. Now, essentially what happened was a person known as Igor ended up creating a proxy in order to completely unlock Nvidia Geforce Now, which meant that Igor could access Nvidia's internal database to view the entire list of games that currently do already exist and are compatible and have been used for Geforce Now, but on top of a bunch of games that either are currently in development, currently just have placeholder titles or names, or other things like console exclusive games that may suggest that they are actually going to be ported. For the likes of quite a few different PlayStation exclusive titles were listed in this list. For the likes of like God of War, Returnal, Demon's Souls, they were in here. Now, I think it's important to, first of all, know exactly what Nvidia Geforce Now is. As I said, it's Nvidia's game streaming service and is used by developers more so than ever these days in order to stream a game to, of course, another computer for testing purposes. This is currently what a lot of video game developers are doing as of right now to test a game that is currently in development due to the current ongoing COVID pandemic. So yeah, a lot of developers use Nvidia Geforce Now. This means that for a bunch of games that are currently in development, those games that don't necessarily have to be publicly revealed or announced as of right now may be on this Nvidia Geforce list for the intended purpose of testing. I do want to remind people though that just because we are seeing stuff like console exclusive games on this list like God of War or Demon's Souls, it's not necessarily to say that yes, okay, that means that there is a PC port currently in development and it will be coming because it's on this Nvidia Geforce list. No, this could just mean that at some stage Santa Monica Studios for God of War we're using Nvidia Geforce Now for the intended purpose of testing. Even though we know that a lot of these PlayStation exclusives will end up coming to PC, as we know that PlayStation already have released some of their exclusives on PC over the past few years and have expressed their interest in it to the point of actually having their very own studio for the intended purpose of PC ports. Nixes. So yeah, it will happen, but it's not to say that this guarantees that currently there is a port in development for those console-specific games. The thing to know though is that this is real. This is 100% real. Nvidia have responded to the leak. They said right here, Nvidia is aware of an unauthorized published game list with both released and/or speculative titles used only for internal tracking and testing. Inclusion on the list is neither confirmation nor an announcement of any game. Now, Nvidia have mentioned that they've removed access to being able to actually view this game's list within the Nvidia Geforce app, but thanks to Igor, we actually have a compiled list of the entire games list that he data mined, and within it is some very, very interesting stuff. So with all that technical mumbo jumbo and the important-ish information, nerdy stuff out of the way, let's talk about the big juicy elephant, pineapple, goose, golden, my god, marinate my sausage 3 ways from Sunday goodness, and that is Kingdom Hearts IV. Yes, Kingdom Hearts 4 is within this game list, and amongst the other Kingdom Heartses, the HD remixes, Kingdom Hearts 3 and Reminds, Kingdom Hearts IV is sitting there. Now, while I think that it's really cool to see Kingdom Hearts 4 sitting here, seeing that title name in amongst a list of very real games that are already released or currently are in development, maybe to a degree, it's pretty cool, but for me personally, it doesn't really overly mean too much, because we've known that at least the next Kingdom Hearts project, which is likely to be Kingdom Hearts 4, or just Kingdom Hearts 4, whether it do be the next project, because we know there's multiple Kingdom Hearts teams, we've known that Kingdom Hearts 4 has been in development for a little while now, most likely since Kingdom Hearts 3 wrapped up development. So while it is cool to see that, yeah, it's sitting there in a list of games, and I guess it goes to show that it's an unofficial announcement to a certain degree. At the same time, we've known that Kingdom Hearts 4 has probably been in development for at least a little while now. We've had the news throughout 2020 that yes, there are multiple Kingdom Hearts teams working on multiple projects. We also had the Kingdom Hearts 2020 roadmap trailer, which showed us this little graphic of the Kingdom Hearts roadmap for the future going forward, which suggests that, yeah, there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts goodness on its way. And of course we know that next year is the 20th anniversary for Kingdom Hearts. I would say it's likely we will be getting announcements of some sorts towards different Kingdom Hearts projects. It would also seem like the games that are listed on this list, maybe perhaps apart from one, would seem like they are games that would likely be releasing within the next few years. And by that I mean anywhere from the next sort of year to that of 4 years. It's not like this list has absolutely crazy games like Grand Theft Auto 6, which would probably likely to be releasing somewhere in the later half of the 2020s, right? We're probably speculating around 2025, 2026, 27. So it would suggest that any new or unannounced title that is on this games list is probably within a few years of release. Now, I've said that it's not totally impossible to receive something like Kingdom Hearts 4 next year. Most likely, the next Kingdom Hearts title, being that of 4, if it is going to be 4, has probably been in development since that of Kingdom Hearts 3's development wrapped up. We also know that the Kingdom Hearts team is now fully familiar with the Unreal Engine 4, the engine they used to develop Kingdom Hearts 3. Also, because of Kingdom Hearts 3's development, it means that there is already a bunch of current modern HD assets sitting there within the Unreal Engine already developed for a Kingdom Hearts game, which would mean that these developers would reuse a lot of these assets for the next Kingdom Hearts title. What I'm saying is, the development period for the next Kingdom Hearts game, even if it is going to be something like Kingdom Hearts 4, will not take anywhere near as long as the development cycle did for Kingdom Hearts 3. I think a development period of 3 to 4 years is absolutely plenty. With Kingdom Hearts 3 releasing at the beginning of 2019, I think it's totally possible to receive something like Kingdom Hearts 4 at the end of 2022, if not maybe somewhere in 2023. But there is also something else here which in my opinion gets me a little bit more excited, just because we're kind of knowing that Kingdom Hearts 4 will be an eventual thing, and it's most likely in development as of right now just due to different things that have been said and displayed to us. But what I think is a little bit more exciting than this Kingdom Hearts IV thing sitting here is Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. Now again, I do want to stress that it's possible that this could just be here for, again, the intended purpose of working at home to test something like Unchained Key. But let's just for a second think about the possibility that this could really be the codename for that of an Unchained Key Union Cross remake. This is something that we collectively as a community have been clamoring for, because it makes no sense that Square Enix would hold such important and relative story information, lore, behind a mobile phone game. This is something that deserves to be completely remade into a more easy to access experience, and one that is fully fledged. An MMO or a single player experience, really don't care what it is, this game desperately needs to be remade. Now, the reason why I said codename is because I don't believe that they would just straight up call a Kingdom Hearts Union Cross Unchained Key remake remaster thing just straight Unchained Key. Now, of course they totally could, but I feel like it would more so suit something like maybe Kingdom Hearts Re-Union Key. Square Enix have always used the word re ... in the titles of the Kingdom Hearts games to insinuate that it is a remake of that said Kingdom Hearts game, so Reunion Key just fits so well. And again, we do know that there are multiple Kingdom Hearts teams working on multiple Kingdom Hearts projects. It wouldn't surprise me, as I've said in the past, that we receive some kind of Union Cross Unchained Key remake thing before the next Kingdom Hearts game, because I feel like it's so vital that people know about all of that stuff that has been displayed to us through the Key saga before jumping into the next major saga of Kingdom Hearts with Quadratum and Yuzora and the Foretellers, the Master of Masters. People need to know this Union Cross stuff, so perhaps maybe with Unchained Key sitting here it may insinuate that yes, this is an Unchained Key remake remaster thing. Keeping in mind, we do have the Tokyo Game Show happening at the end of this month. Square Enix are going to be there. As I've said, I'm, again, not totally expecting anything to really happen this year, but I also want to say that it's not out of the realm of possibility. Now that we are creeping towards 2022, not too far out from the 20th anniversary, maybe we might get something leading up towards the end of the year. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, in regards to some other stuff that personally gets me excited, because there's a lot of stuff here that was listed within this games list. I wanted to talk about this just really quick. Now, of course, any sort of like PlayStation exclusive being put over to PC is always a good time. We of course do know that we are getting Uncharted next year, the Lost Legacy as well as Uncharted 4, which is cool. But aside from port-based stuff, it does list within this list BioShock 2022. I'm a massive BioShock fan. And we do know that there is currently a BioShock 4 in development. While it isn't being developed by the original Irrational Games who developed BioShock 1 and Infinite, it's being picked up by 2K's new studio. I forget their name. I think it's something like Cloud Gaming or something, Cloud something. That was announced back in 2019. I don't know if we're going to be getting that next BioShock game in 2022. That development cycle doesn't seem long enough, but who knows, maybe it is. This BioShock game has been rumored for a long time, and it was great to actually get that official announcement in 2019. Yes, it's real, it's just, it's ways out. They say don't expect it for a while. But BioShock 2022 is in here. Maybe that's just the code name. They were originally aiming for 2022, and that's just the name they've kind of gone with. And again, they've been using Geforce Now maybe to test out that new BioShock game from working from home. Also, if you look at the initial tweet announcing that yes, BioShock is back and that there's a new studio working on it, you'll notice in that tweet that they do mention that the next BioShock is going to be in development for several years from 2019 going forward. So I don't believe we'll be seeing the next BioShock next year. There is also BioShock RTX. We know that over the past sort of couple years, now that RTX is becoming a lot more mainstream, there have been RTX versions of games being re-released, and BioShock RTX is within this. This is something that I've been clamoring for, to see BioShock with RTX enabled, like BioShock 1, because there's a lot of use of water and reflections within the original BioShock game. It would definitely benefit from an RTX version. That gets me excited. And amongst there too, like there's a lot of other stuff in regards to just unannounced Square Enix title there. There's unannounced Dungeon Tactics game, unannounced card game. There's a lot of untitled stuff like Untitled Respawn game, Untitled The Initiative game, Untitled Marvel game. There's a lot of that going on, which is always exciting. We've also got the Resident Evil 4 remake, which we've been speculating for years now. That's going to happen at some point or another. We've also got the GTA remastered trilogy. This has also been rumored throughout this year, and it desperately needs to happen. It's been rumored that the original Grand Theft Autos on the PlayStation 2, number 3, San Andreas and Vice City are going to be getting an Unreal Engine 4 remaster of sorts. Essentially the same game, just a different new coat of paint. I've been clamoring for this. I hope it is real, but yes, it is here within this list. Another cool thing to see is like Halo 5 Guardians PC. I hope this does end up happening. It feels incomplete to have literally all of the Halo games on PC, and we're just missing Halo 5. But there's a lot of cool stuff here, so I will leave the link to the entire games list in the comment section down below. You guys can go through it for yourself. There's some exciting stuff. We got Final Fantasy 16 there, should be expected. Final Fantasy 7 Remake, hopefully we will be getting that PC port at some time soon. Fable 4, there's a lot of cool stuff. So just wanted to talk about this. It's some pretty insane information. Again, Nvidia could be totally right that a lot of this stuff could just be speculative and that a lot of it might not ever come to fruition. A lot of this could just all be for testing and testing only, but I think that it's a real mixed bag in the sense of there's probably a lot of that going on, but there's also what looks like a lot of real stuff within this list as well, just due to the Nvidia response. Have guys in the comment section down below, please do let me know your thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear them. However, guys, I'm Cynical. Hopefully having a fantastic day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.